I'm Elton Robinson with your July 7th grain and oilseed update. According to USDA's crop progress reports released Monday, 68% of the U.S. corn crop is listed in good to excellent condition. Meanwhile, 64% of the U.S. soybean crop is listed in those categories, and that compares to 70% at the same time last year. In last week's acreage wrap-up, USDA estimates corn planted area for all purposes in 2017 at 90.9 million acres, down 3% from last year. Compared with last year, planted acres are down or unchanged in 38 of the 48 estimated states. Area harvested for grain at 83.5 million acres is down 4% from last year. Soybean planted area for 2017 is estimated at a record high 89.5 million acres, up 7% from last year. Compared with last year, planted acreage intentions are up or unchanged in 24 of the 31 estimating states. The following weekly export summary is based on reports from exporters for the period June 16th through the 22nd. Wheat exports of 750,800 metric tons were reported to Indonesia, Mexico, Japan, China, and Thailand. Corn exports of 1.02 million metric tons were down 16% from the previous week and 14% from the prior 4-week average. The primary destinations were Mexico, Japan, South Korea, China, and Colombia. Grain sorghum exports of 74,800 metric tons were up 17% from the previous week and 9% from the prior 4-week average. The destinations were China, Japan, and Mexico. Rice exports of 74,400 metric tons were up noticeably from the previous week and up 49% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations were primarily Mexico, Colombia, Saudi Arabia, and South Korea. Soybean exports of 344,200 metric tons were up 16% from the previous week, but down 5% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations were primarily the Netherlands, Mexico, China, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Soybean meal exports of 168,300 metric tons were up 4% from the previous week, but down 8% from the average. Destinations were Colombia, Mexico, the Philippines, Morocco, and Canada. Soybean oil exports of 17,800 metric tons were up 18% from the previous week and 14% from the previous average. Destinations were South Korea, primarily Colombia, Venezuela, and Mexico. Beef exports of 14,900 metric tons were up 9% from the previous week and 8% from the prior 4-week average. Primary destinations were Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Canada, and Hong Kong. Pork exports of 19,700 metric tons were down 1% from the previous week and 7% from the prior 4-week average. The destinations were primarily Mexico, Japan, South Korea, Canada, and Hong Kong. Well, that is it for this week's report. I'm Elton Robinson. See you next time.